Hello, I am so excited to open this with you and let you know about something that I just found. I have been looking for something to hold my art supplies that wasn't too big, wasn't too small, because I have a lot of things in my studio, but there are some things that I really like to use every day. And wherever you're going, like if you wanted to go and paint, say in another room, you literally, if you've ever been there, you have to like start carrying like all this stuff, right? You have to pile it all up and get it all into another space, and then you have to clean it all up. And also, I have dogs, and they tend to grab things, and they have actually destroyed so many of my really good brushes that I've tried to salvage and turn into little travel brushes, but that's a whole nother story. So there's a reason for me to have things like this, but it's literally taken me like 2 years to figure it out. So I thought I would make a video today and show you what I found and give you a link for it so that you can go and get one too, because this seriously is changing the game for me. I love it. So it's a hard case, which is great. It surprisingly holds so much stuff, and I got it on Amazon. It took me a while to find it too, because I had to look through a lot of pages in order to find this. So that's why I decided to do a video on it, because I think it is so super helpful and I'm so excited about it. Now let me show you what I put in this so that you get an idea of how much this actually holds. Oh yeah, and I got one of these too, which I love because the one I have been using, and yes, I do have a lot of palettes, but the palette mixing areas are really small. So I've been using this, which I love because I can just clean it up. But sometimes the paints bleed into each other. So I thought wells would be really fun to have too. So I found this, which I love. It's big and it's plenty of mixing area for a project. So I'm kind of excited about that. But anyway, let's get into this. So what's inside here is going to be everything I need in order to do a project minus my sketchbook. Now, you can easily find sketchbooks this small. I've seen them, so it's not that hard, but to me, just carrying this and this is no big deal. You know what I mean? If I want to go and paint outside on my patio or go to another room, this is not a big deal. So that's where I'm at as far as like, getting everything kind of consolidated and in one place. Let's open this up. So I have some paper towels, and I personally I always do these little sketchbooks for myself with these little clips, just out of papers that I like or scrap pieces of paper. And this helps me before I do every project to just kind of map out what's going on with the colors, like I'll do things like this in these books, but every time I do a project, I typically, before I do a project, I will basically figure out what kind of colors I'm going to do it. So I find that it's really good to have a separate sheet so that if my scrap or my journal is small, I can just put it here. And then I have a record of what I've last done. So I personally cut these, and I've got them just in the right size to go in here, which is about like almost 3 inches. And then by the length. This is so cool, right? This is just awesome, right? Let's go to this side first. So I have my portable painter, which is my favorite palette. I know you would think I would have a huge palette, right? I mostly work with tubed watercolors. So even though I do have all of these, like every palette known to watercolor artists like crazy, I just don't really use them that much. I usually just spray them down and keep them on hand if I need them. But that's what I got this ceramic dish for, so that I can just whatever 3 colors or 4 colors I'm using, I have room, and then like maybe put the 3 here, and then I have custom mixes that I can do on either side. So this is really, really super handy. And I've done a whole video on this portable palette. Tell me this isn't so cool that you can like fit this in this case. I mean, this is just a game changer, right? So this is coming out of this little case right here. So you got water on both sides, and then you have some of your favorite watercolors, a little swatch card. Isn't that crazy? All in this one little case. I have a little pack of Faber-Castell pencils that actually was given to me as a gift. This little tin, I love it. And then just for the heck of it, I have a waterproof Faber-Castell artist pen brush, which I love. It's great. This is just a Jelly Roll white pen, just in case I want to add some white to anything, which I don't usually use that much, but just in case. And then I put a water pen in here because, not that I use it that much, but if I were going to go anywhere and say I didn't have any water, it would kind of be nice to have one of these, because if you just want to do a quick sketch or a quick rendering of something, then this is probably the most handy, because you might not have a ton of water, right? And you could just wipe your brush off and you're kind of good. So this goes right here, and totally, I mean, look at how cool this is. It fits everything. So let's take our portable palette, draw this down here, take it apart, goes right back. I love this thing. I looked everywhere for a small little palette like this, and this was by far just such a winning combination, because it has more mixing wells and space in it for as small as it is. It's seriously pocket, you know? It's so cute. Okay, so that's on that side. Tell me this doesn't hold like everything, right? It holds everything. So I have a bunch of brushes here, and I'm going to take this out. I just kind of put paper towels everywhere, because when you're a watercolor artist, you can never have too many paper towels. So literally in this little area here, I have so many crazy brushes and pretty long brushes. And that's been a big thing, is finding a case that's not like just a regular plastic pencil case, that has different areas and compartments like this, where it's elasticized and it's netted and you can put storage here. And then two sides here that are like a hard case, so that my brushes don't get crushed. That's been a big thing. And also by putting the paper towel in there, if the brushes are still damp, it won't really get this wet. It will absorb any extra color that might be on the brush. I have a wipeable surface, and also kind of like keeps them from sliding, you know? So there's a bunch of reasons why I have a towel in here. But anyway, I have some flats, just some of the brushes that I typically like to use, just keeping them on hand, so that what I find is, like, for instance, this is what I'm dealing with. I literally have every brush, and there's more. There's actually another thing I have of brushes. So I don't want to have to pick out brushes every single time I just want to go paint, right? You just want to grab something and just go sit and paint, because maybe you have 15 minutes or 30 minutes. It's not all about getting a ton of brushes to go with you. It's just about getting the ones to go with you that you frequent. So as I use them and I find them helpful or don't use them, I put them in and out of here, and that's a great space to work. I always keep a palette knife and a plastic card. And then I also have one of these little pieces of wood from the back of a picture frame. You know, you use it to tighten the canvas on the picture frame. And these are for like making different marks on if I'm going to do some abstracts. I have a really amazing Mottler brush by Princeton Aqualite. I love this brush. It's 1.5 inches. Highly recommend you get this. This is probably my most used brush. I have it in other sizes too, but I use this one the most. A pencil sharpener. Not that I really need that much, but hey, it fit. I have some masking tape. I got these off of Amazon too. These were kind of cute because rather than just have my big green one, which probably won't fit in here, although it could probably fit on the top, this is just handy. I have an eraser, just a regular eraser. Then I just have whatever colors I'm currently using in paint, and this is what I'm working with just right now. So, of course, have to have my phthalo turquoise. I love this color. So I just keep those there, and then I'll switch those out as I decide on new colors, but they're there. I have them with me. A palette knife. Everybody needs a palette knife. Is that cool or what? So that's what's in here, and it's literally everything I need all souped up into this one space. So bam, I can just zip it up. Nothing really can get hurt. It's like totally solid. Nothing's gonna break. Even if I had a water thing in there, I could. But remember, my palette has 2 water containers, which is Amazing, right? Talk about storage. If you wanted to put something else in there, I mean, you could just get a water container that actually fits, little plastic containers or Tupperware containers that you can use. But I love the portable painter. It's amazing. And I will link it up for you. So this is my go-to now in 10 minutes or less. Isn't that cool? I love it. I'm so excited to use it. And I hope you guys will give it a look because as I said, I've looked everywhere and I've tried so many different things, including like flats. I've tried like those clipboards with pockets and stuff in them, and nothing really has held everything like this, and my dogs can't get to it. All right. So I'll link everything in this description below so that you can find it yourself if you really want one. I'm crazy over it. I'm so excited about it. In any case, happy painting, guys. And I have more tutorials and classes coming up. Don't forget to go to my website at jacquelinejax.com. See you guys soon.